Um, Hello Sharks, my name is Ian Liu. I'm the CEO and founder of Kronos, the perfect productivity app made for students in all walks of life. So before we start here, students, Sharks, I want you to imagine the future of productivity. An app that can help you achieve your goals. An app smart enough to help schedule your day. Judges, students, that future is now, and that app is Kronos. So to start, why Kronos? Our mission at Kronos is to help you focus on what's most important in life. Kronos is the perfect app to help tackle one of the most pervasive problems in our generation, procrastination. Kronos teaches you how to better manage your time, focus better, and set achievable goals. So, who's our target market? We target to secondary school students and college and advanced degree students. The thing is that anybody can use Kronos, but this is who we are targeting to. So, as you can see on this Business 101 graph, we have smart, not so smart, complicated, boring, and easy to use. So, as you can see here, Kronos clearly outclasses all of our competitors, and I'll tell you why. It's because of our competitive advantages. Kronos has a revolutionary user interface. This user interface was designed specifically to engage students and keep their attention. Kronos also uses an artificial intelligence-powered virtual assistant to help propose a fully personalized schedule. So what do I mean by that? Well, Kronos takes data from apps such as TeamSnap, Outlook, and Canvas Student, and puts it all into one schedule based on what time, the thing you have to do, and the category, and it creates a fully personalized schedule for you. We also have game-changing features. I'll touch upon that later, but we use features such as a Kanban board, advanced timers, and we also use a community page in our app. We also have exceptional user feedback. So you can talk directly to the developers and offer your ideas if you are a user of Kronos. But why is this important? That's probably what you're thinking. Why is it important that you have good user feedback? Well, it creates a bond between the consumer and the developer. And why is that important? Because that creates trust and reliability. Think of social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. What is that? Students rely on that for social media. Adults rely on that for social media. And because of reliance, it keeps your consumers attracted to your product. So if Kronos creates that strong trust and bond with the consumers, they will keep using it daily and they will rely on it. That is why it is such a competitive advantage to have that bond. Subscriptions. We have two main subscriptions, Chronos Free and Chronos Premium. So what is Chronos Free? It's supported by in-app advertisements. So how do we do in-app advertisements? Well, there's lots of third-party softwares in which you can just plug in using an API and it'll just plug in those advertisements for you. We also have Chronos Premium. So, let's see. Chronos Premium is a yearly $32 subscription and a monthly $299 subscriptions. Users can cancel at any time. It's really easy to use. So here's our revenue. In 1 year of public release, Kronos is projected to make $5,724. In 5 years, that's a long time, judges. 5 years, that's when I'm in college, I bet, right? We're projected to make $37,000. But that is our minimum revenue. Minimum revenue. The maximum revenue, the maximum projected revenue is $960,000. So how are we gonna do that? Well, I'll tell you how. Our 5-year revenue comes from 5,000 daily users with an average of 45-minute sessions. The daily revenue equates to about $731. Our 1-year revenue comes from 500 daily active users with an average of 30-minute sessions. That's $10.05 per day. So our marketing strategy. Kronos will spend $200 per day advertising on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We also have an up-and-running website that's available to anyone, and they can check it out anytime. We also have the Aspen community. First, we're going to market to you guys, everyone in this room, all the students here. You guys are going to be the future of Kronos. You will be the first beta testers, the first of this future. So let's talk about being a pretty good company on the inside, you know? We will donate 10% of all proceeds to Hope House, Colorado. So a lot of people start businesses, maybe for the money, maybe for the fame, but I started it because I wanted to positively affect the world. You know, I wanted to find a problem and solve that problem, but I've also wanted to help out as many people as I could. Hope House Colorado helps moms below the poverty line, and which makes it difficult to raise and educate their children. One of the reasons why I started Kronos is to help with education and staying on top of your stuff. So by donating 10% of the proceeds, I really hope that I can change a couple of lives. The Aspen community. Sorry. Kronos plans to give back to the Aspen community, partnering with Future Holders. This is a big if, but Future Holders is a K-12 education model that prepares the future generation. The important thing about this is this was born from the ideals and success of Aspen Academy, this very school. Kronos is also looking to give free premium memberships to all students and teachers of the Aspen community. So, my team. First off, I would like to thank Megan O'Brien. Every week she'd schedule a Zoom meeting with both Sophie and I, and she's helped out so much. I couldn't have made it here without you. I'd also like to thank Kostas Antonopoulos. He's the founder of Codica.io, which is the program I use to code my app, and he's my iOS development mentor. So, our future roadmap, what does it look like? In 2021, we hope to fully publicly release Kronos to the App Store. In 2026, we hope to enter Apple's App Showcase and possibly expand to Android devices. In 2031, we plan to develop the program on Mac OS and Apple Watch devices. And in 2036, we hope to reach top 10 productivity charts on Apple. So the future is now, and let's meet Kronos. So this is the first screen you are loaded into. We already have a test account for this occasion, so let's log into that. Here is our Kanban board with features like to do, doing, and done. This helps students manage their time. Here, the student wants to study for their social studies test. So he will write that in. And then the notes, he can add any notes he wants about this event. So let's just say he wants to fill out the study guide. You have a date picker for the date, and in the bottom, the 4 colors, they stand for priority. It says now, soon, later, and can wait. This is important for students who want to know what they need to get done first. We then have our time management page and our timer feature. Timer feature allows students to pick a task and work on that task for that extended amount of time. You can customize this and custom it to your needs. We also have the community page. This is important because this is the part about that bond with the users. They can talk directly to me through the chat feature. And finally, we have our settings page. So an important thing about apps is that you have to have trust with your customers, you know? A lot of apps, they might sell data, and that kind of violates that trust. That's why instead of selling data to whoever wants it, it may be a really great way to make money, but it's violating that trust. And I think that trust is super important when you're talking about a business. So we will not sell data, but we are looking for the long run in which we make money from in-app advertisements and subscription. So before you guys ask questions, I'd like to ask you, what is your most valuable resource? Well, let me tell you, it's time. All things take time. And you know, we can't buy time, can't stop time, we can't save time. But what we can do is manage it. So what are you waiting for? Take back your time with Kronos. Thank you.
Judges, questions?
I just want to thank you and all of the young entrepreneurs. You had such a passion delivering this. And one of the things that I really heard that you're passionate about is the social cause and not just the business. And I think that is so critical. And I love to hear that. So seriously, I applaud you on that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Change the world. Change the world. Make it better.
Great.
So-
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
No, I was going to say, as a study bunny, I might find the advertisements counterproductive to the purpose of the app itself, meaning I'm getting distracted by what's going on, and if I interact with those advertisers, I'm losing productivity. How do you plan to market to me in the app, and what types of companies are you looking at to advertise on my application?
So essentially, when you are studying, you want to get off your phone, right? You might want to go on a device, fill out a study guide, do your math homework. So essentially, the in-app advertisements will only run when the the in-app advertisements will only run when the device is in the focus feature. This is the timer feature. So usually we'll prompt the user to turn off their phone, work on their study session, and we'll run the advertisement before they turn it off. So that's how it'll work. Also, as they set those extended timer periods, throughout those periods, we'll add in a couple in-app advertisements, but that won't stop this timer. It won't stop any of the features of the app, and it won't stop the music that you could play while you're using the app. So, great question.
Thank you.
Great job. Also wanted to just reiterate, your why was really clear. You could tell, so you brought passion to that, and I appreciate that. You mentioned your competition is Focus Keepers and Focus.
Yeah, you want to go back to that?
Yeah, if we can. I just want to understand the functionality that's different, what functionality you offer that's different than their functionality.
Okay, so basically, Focus Keeper and Focus, they're great apps, but they serve one function, and that's the timer. And just counts down. The thing about this is that you can set as many timers as you want, and you can work on different things. The thing about Kronos is that we help you manage your time, and by allowing you to see how much time you have left in your day and what you have to get done, students will feel the need to get something done, and will constantly remind the student to work on their stuff. The thing with Focus and Freedom is that they don't do much but count down, and you can maybe change the background color and stuff, but it doesn't actually help you as an individual. It's just setting timers and having it count down. So Kronos, we use artificial intelligence to help propose that schedule for you, so you don't have to plug in all those things on your own. Like Microsoft To Do, you have to create every single event. But Kronos, it takes apps from TeamSnap, so you can have practice at 4:30. It will grab that data, put it into your schedule for you, so you know what time you have stuff, what time you can do certain things. So yeah.
Thank you.
I'm a customer that's kind of addicted to clever apps. And so I know these productivity apps, huge flood of competition for you. So how are you going to reach and market to your target audience so they can find you in that flood of productivity apps?
Yeah. So we have something called Students on Kronos on Instagram. We've already reached out. We already have one student partner, but we are reaching out to students who are willing to support the app and spread it on their social media pages. So we have someone named Exodus Johnson, who's a varsity player for Arapahoe Freshman in Colorado. He's local, but he has been a spokesperson for our app. So that means that every post that we make, he will repost that. And we're also looking to reach out to those students who want to be the next step for the future of productivity, you know?
So you're kind of using ambassadors and influencers?
Yeah, yes.
Susie, Tim, you have anything?
I'm a little unclear on, talk to me a little bit more about where you're getting the data from. You mentioned Canvas. How does that work? And that doesn't cost you anything because you have very little costs.
Yeah, so I was one of the first early testers of Codica, which is the thing I'm using to code my app. And we just came across a free artificial intelligence building website with AI. And basically what that does is it allows you to code your own artificial intelligence. It'll make it easier, but you're still coding most of it. So basically there's an intention and a function. So the intent may be, so first off, privacy, you know. If you're not willing to, you know, give up your data, totally up to you. That's one of the things about Kronos. We will not take data without permission. This is all these features, it will ask you at the beginning, are you willing to give up this data? Will you allow WIT AI to read and write your data? But basically, we'll read that data, we'll find what the intention is, and we'll execute a function. And that function will be putting it into your timer and using push notifications to remind you about that event. So does that answer your question, or do you want me to elaborate?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wondering what your key performance indicators are. So there's time spent on the app, maybe. What are the measures of your success other than revenue? When you're talking about meeting someone's needs, how do you know that you're actually producing an outcome for your customers that they're satisfied with?
As I said earlier, Kronos has a community page where you can talk to the developers. But also that community page is where you can actually spread ideas about productivity, like spread tips about productivity to other users of the app. So as long as I'm seeing just those users who are satisfied with like their productivity levels, how much more stuff they've been able to do, then I'm happy. And also on our social medias like Instagram, if they share one of their posts and they're like, hey, could you like repost this or something, then we're willing to share that on our Instagram and tell the other users of Kronos, hey, you know, this user has been using Kronos for about 5 years, and here are a couple of the accomplishments that he's done, you know? We can maybe do, oh yeah, also, in our Kanban board, we have to do, doing, and done. That done part is really important because it kind of motivates students. If students see that they've completed so many of these tasks that they would have took so much longer on without Kronos, then it really it helps the student understand how much more productive they've been. That doing feature is extremely important because it lets us know if they're actually getting work done.
And that kind of goes to my question is there the opportunity to produce a dashboard when you open up that app that says, year to date, you've accomplished
yes.
700 tasks within an average of 4 days?
Yeah, so basically, we have monthly and yearly recaps. Every user, when they log in, like say they've been on for a month, it will say that monthly recap, and it will they can log their time, log the things that they've done.
Perfect.
So yes, yeah.
As a parent, if my kiddo is using this app, is there a way I can track it too?
Yes, so you can check out our website, but on the future subscriptions, we have Kronos School and Kronos Family. So Kronos Family allows you to set up a link. You click on that link and you create a family page on Kronos. And basically, the parent can access the things that your student has done. And also with Kronos School, teachers can create Kronos rooms, and within those rooms, they can tell them what day they have those assignments due, such as like test on Thursday. They can put that in for their students, and we'll do like a classroom subscription in which they're able to monitor and check on their students' progress.
Thanks.
So I have a question about your timeline. Your timeline's fairly long. Your presentation's superb, and it's clear that you can build a lot of users fast. So why is the timeline so long when you've got such a great product?
To start off, it's we don't want to release a product that isn't the best that we can do. You know, the first impression for the App Store is really important because Apple will review it. They will check over it before you submit it, and they'll kind of let you know what you need to work on. So the thing is that we don't want to rush anything in the way that we lose that interest and we lose that potential demand for our app. Also, reaching top 10 productivity charts is really hard because Apple considers apps such as Gmail and Minecraft skin makers as productivity apps, and they don't really serve the function of productivity. So we're gonna have to compete with apps that aren't necessarily productivity, which is why it takes so long to get there. Does that answer your question?
It does, thank you.
What are you gonna do to push this and make it go this summer?
Like my future plans this summer?
Like how much of your time and attention is this gonna get?
So this summer we are looking to fully program our AI, incorporate it into our app using API. We also hope that by using my own app, I can become more productive, so that I can get more done within my app. So, you know, we'll be moving on to high school, so it's really important that I learn how to be productive now, so that I can continue working on the app and staying and doing well in high school. So I think that one of the main goals for Kronos is how I can balance my work between school and my app. And I think that I will use Kronos to help me balance that. And as I use it, I'll also find flaws in the app or things I wish were better, and I'll incorporate that slowly as I use it. So
Ian, congratulations, you did a great job.
Yeah.
thank you.
Great job.